Live from New Delhi, you're watching DD India Live, India's voice to the world. I'm Mark Lynn. Namaskar. Coming up in the next 30 minutes. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the French President Emmanuel Macron hold talks in Mumbai. Strong focus on strategic, technological and economic partnerships. On day 2 of the India AI Impact Summit in New Delhi, Minister Vaishnav says that India expects $200 billion of investments in AI over the next 2 years. US-Iran high-stakes nuclear talks on in Geneva. Trump hints at a possible deal with Tehran. And Tarique Rahman takes oath as Bangladesh's Prime Minister. Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla represents India at the Dhaka ceremony. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the French President Emmanuel Macron, they held talks at the Raj Bhavan in the financial capital of Mumbai. And the leaders have held extensive discussions covering a broad spectrum of global and bilateral issues with a strong focus on strategic, technological and economic partnerships. Apart from his meetings in Mumbai, the French President will also participate in the AI India Impact Summit and underscoring the growing collaboration between the two nations. President Macron began his visit to Mumbai by paying tribute to the victims of the 26/11 Mumbai terror attacks and soldiers who laid down their lives protecting the public. Macron arrived in Mumbai on Tuesday for a 3-day official visit to India. The second day of the India AI Impact Summit is underway in New Delhi with a focus on inclusive AI growth. A series of high-level panel discussions are being held. And in fact, they are focused on harnessing artificial intelligence for inclusive and transformative growth. Now, these sessions, they include AI for social good. That's the impact of AI, that impact that works, scaling impact from India's sovereign AI and data, and also innovation to impact. Now, AI as a public health game changer is also one of the areas that they're focusing on. And then there are several Indian ministers who have, on their own part, highlighted the role of AI in agriculture, for instance, in healthcare, in defense IT particular, and then in education. They did so at the AI Summit. The Information Broadcasting Minister of India, Ashwini Vaishnav, inaugurated the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting Pavilion at the AI Impact Summit in New Delhi. This happened on Tuesday, and this MIB Pavilion at the India AI Impact Summit, it features panels, also master classes, then technology which showcases AI's transformative impact, especially in the media and entertainment industry, including AI-driven production workflows, also multilingual voice technologies. Then there's gaming, innovation, content monetization, and then there's responsible AI frameworks. So he also addressed the press conference, And, Minister Vaishnav, he hailed the ongoing summit. And he said that India is, in the coming 2 years, going to see about $200 billion worth of investment in AI stack.
We can see the enthusiasm, it's palpable. We can see the interest of the global leaders, that's visible. We can see the investment opportunity that is today countable. It's going to be probably over the next 2 years, more than $200 billion worth investment is likely to come. We can see the commitment of VCs in our deep tech startups. That's clearly committed. We can see that interest in making AI accountable to the society, making sure that we can get the benefits of the new technology while we can contain the harms which might come from it.
The Education Minister, Dharmendra Pradhan, attended the session on pushing the frontier of AI in India at the Bharat Mandapam. And this session, it highlighted India's transition from policy vision to implementation at scale, leveraging public digital infrastructure, also centers of excellence, teacher training programs, curriculum integration, deep collaboration with industry and startups. And the event marked another significant milestone in the ministry's continued effort as well to leverage the transformative potential of artificial intelligence in education. Dharmendra Pradhan said that the Prime Minister organized the AI Impact Summit to encourage the youth of the country, the next generation, and they are being seen as participating.
AI in education और education in AI दोनों परिपूरक है। AI के माध्यम से एजुकेट होना और AI के बारे में खुद को एजुकेट करना हम सभी के लिए एक नई दुनिया बन चुकी है। इसीलिए हम भारत में प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने AI इम्पैक्ट समिट का आयोजन किया। मित्रों, भारत 21वीं सदी में एक नॉलेज बेस्ड सोसाइटी की ओर बढ़ रहा है, ज्ञान आधारित समाज की ओर बढ़ रहा है और हमारी इकोनॉमी जो आज दुनिया की 4th लार्जेस्ट इकोनॉमी बने हैं, आने वाले दिनों में हम और बड़ा साइज की इकोनॉमी बनने वाले हैं।
At the 4th Global AI Summit, the Union Minister Jitendra Singh underscored the transformative power of artificial intelligence in strengthening grassroots governance across India. He spoke exclusively to us, to DD India, and he said that India's leadership in hosting this summit reflects the country's growing stature as a global technology powerhouse. Let's listen.
Artificial intelligence is going to be an important component of our working, whatever we are here, whatever we are domain. So not only that we have to be good learners, if we are not good learners, we have to learn to be good learners and we have to be fast learners. One. The other part is that even however much you detest this new option, you can't do without it. Otherwise, you will be at the risk of being left behind. And here we have developed a large language model. But for the first time, and the credit goes to Prime Minister Modi, because he has an out-of-box thinking, he encourages these initiatives. I think for the first time, government has taken an initiative to come out with a government-owned sovereign long language model. So, and this is going to extend to 22 languages which are in the 8th schedule. We have already, Prime Minister launched 3 of the models yesterday. 22 are already now accomplished the text part of it. The speech part 15, that also will soon accomplish in a month or so. But having said that, the science and AI is not bound by the 8th schedule. So we'll have to go on for the further dialects because India is a heterogeneous country. And therefore, this will be applicable in the health sector, in the education, in agri, everywhere.
In short, how do you see AI Summit becoming a great success? I mean, what was your opinion?
Yeah, this is the 4th summit, World 4th summit happening over here, and that to India is the venue. So that itself is a great honor for us. And not only it has sent out a message, look here under Prime Minister Modi, India now is ready to play a global role. We are among the first line nations. And at the same time, it has given us a huge, huge geopolitical boost.
Tapas Bhattacharya there in conversation with Union Minister Jitendra Singh. Now, India's Minister of State for Health and Family Welfare, Anupriya Patel, she participated in the session on innovation to impact AI as a public health game changer. And during the event, the minister highlighted that AI has been integrated across the entire healthcare system.
We have integrated AI in the entire health continuum. So from disease surveillance to prevention to diagnosis to treatment, it's everywhere. And it shows the power of AI in bringing about a transformation. Our premier institutes like the All India Institute of Medical Sciences in New Delhi and also the AIIMS Rishikesh, PGI Chandigarh and two other reputed institutes. These have been designated as centers of excellence for AI in healthcare.
India's Minister for Agriculture and Farmers' Welfare and Rural Development, Shivraj Singh Chauhan, is on a visit to Rajasthan, and he launched the new digital companion Bharat Vistar in Jaipur for farmers across the country, and lakhs or hundreds of thousands of farmers across the country have virtually participated in the launch of this program through the networks of state agriculture ministers and the Indian Council of Agricultural Research as well, Krishi Vigyan Kendras, agricultural universities among other access points. And addressing the event, so Shivraj Singh Chauhan, who's the minister, he said that under the leadership of Prime Minister Modi, there's something called Kisan Kalyan, a great campaign of Kisan Kalyan is going on in the country.
और इसलिए प्रधानमंत्री श्रीमान नरेंद्र मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में किसान कल्याण का महायज्ञ चल रहा है। हमारा लक्ष्य है उत्पादन बढ़ाना, उसके लिए नई नई किस्में आईसीआर फसलों की तैयार कर रहा है, उत्पादन की लागत घटाना, मैकेनाइजेशन और तकनीकी का इस्तेमाल करके कम लागत में उत्पादन कैसे हो ताकि प्रॉफिट बढ़े, उसका प्रयास, किसान को उसके उत्पादन का दाम देना, और इसलिए एमएसपी पर रिकॉर्ड खरीदी की हमने कोशिश की है। मौसम की मार अगर फसल को बर्बाद कर दे तो नुकसान की भरपाई प्रधानमंत्री फसल बीमा योजना जैसी योजनाओं के माध्यम से करते हैं।
Union Minister of Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution and New and Renewable Energy, Prahlad Joshi, inaugurated the exhibition at Mumbai Climate Week on Tuesday. The exhibition featured ideas and technologies from industry leaders and young change makers, all focused on shaping a sustainable future. During the event, the minister announced installation of 100,000 additional solar pumps in Maharashtra under the Pradhan Mantri Kisan Urja Suraksha Evam Uttan Mahabhiyan scheme. And what is this? It highlights India as having reduced emissions, and also the economy continues to grow. India's Minister of External Affairs, Dr. S. Jaishankar, the External Affairs Minister of India, he took part in the inaugural session of the Global Economic Cooperation Conference in Mumbai, alongside the Maharashtra Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis. Now, addressing the gathering, the EAM, Dr. Jaishankar, he highlighted how India is in fact strengthening its capabilities, de-risking its economy, diversifying partnerships amid global uncertainties. And he emphasized that the government's nimble, pragmatic and also what he calls people-centric policy decision-making. This has positioned India as a trusted partner on the world stage. The 5th edition of the Goa Maritime Conclave will be held at the Naval War College in Goa on February 21, 2026, a flagship strategic initiative of the Indian Navy. This conclave, it's emerged as a premier platform, bringing together maritime security practitioners from across the Indian Ocean region, and also they are developing practical, outcome-oriented solutions. And this is to evolve challenges. This is to the evolving, challenging environment at sea and the challenges they face there. And the Minister of State for Defence, Sanjay Seth, He will attend as the chief guest. The Chief of Naval Staff, Admiral Dinesh Tripathi, will host the chiefs of navies, heads of maritime forces, senior representatives from 14 nations. And this year's theme is Common Maritime Security Challenge in the IOR, progressing line of efforts to mitigate dynamic threats such as IUU fishing and other illegal maritime activities. Underscores the urgency of great synergy, coordination and collaboration among regional maritime stakeholders. The conclave will feature focused deliberations by eminent speakers and subject matter experts aimed at enhancing real-time maritime information sharing and strengthening conclave capabilities. Let's take a break. You're watching DD India Live.
Can the US launch a bombing campaign against Iran? The Philippines vessel suffered structural damage. The saga of child sexual abuse is the United States China's debt trap strategy. Truth is stranger than fiction. But sometimes hard to uncover. Trust us to tell the truth, unadulterated and pure, of every story that matters to you.
Every time we would say that
You read between the lines, cut the clutter, and connect the dots to get you the full picture. Watch Connecting the Dots at these times with me, only on DD India.
You're watching DD India Live. I'm Mark Lynn. Fresh talks between the United States and Iran are underway, and these talks are taking place in Geneva. They are aimed at reviving diplomacy over Tehran's nuclear program, and the discussions are mediated by Oman. They are focused on resolving the long-running nuclear dispute and also averting the possibility of US military action. Iran has expressed cautious optimism, with its foreign ministry saying that Washington's position appears to have become more realistic in recent exchanges. The US President Donald Trump said that he would be involved indirectly in these talks. He reiterated that the US could act if no agreement is reached. Now, Iran has maintained that negotiations must remain limited to the nuclear issue, despite Washington's interest in broadening the scope of these discussions to include Tehran's missile program and also regional activities. The case of the of the US sex offender. He's the late Jeffrey Epstein, and it has created a furor in political circles around the world, as we know. Now, the former US Secretary of State Hillary Clinton hoped that more files related to Epstein will be released. Earlier this month, the former president, Bill Clinton, who is her husband, and also Hillary Clinton, they've agreed to testify in a congressional investigation into Epstein. Besides the executive chairman of Hyatt Hotel, Thomas Pritzker, is the latest casualty in the Epstein files scandal, and as he's also admitted to maintaining contact with convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. He, in fact, acknowledged and he termed it as a terrible judgment. Pritzker, who is now 75 years old, would not seek re-election to the company's board in 2026. Geneva is set to host Ukraine, Russian and American trilateral talks today. And we were talking about this a little earlier. For the first time, the discussions are going to be focusing on the main issues, including territories and other demands that put forward by Moscow. Let's look at this report.
Delegations have converged in Geneva for the third round of US brokered talks on ending Europe's largest conflict since 1945. President Trump has been pushing Moscow and Kiev for a deal, calling the talks very easy.
Well, they're big talks. It's going to be very easy. I mean, look, so far, Ukraine better come to the table fast. That's all I'm telling you. We are in a position, we want them to come in.
Return of Vladimir Medensky on Russian side signals Moscow's expectation of renewed focus beyond security issues to broader points of disagreement. Its military intel chief Igor Kostukov and envoy Kirill Dmitriev are also participating in the talks. While US envoys Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner would join Ukraine's National Security Council head Rustem Umerov, who has vowed pursuit of sustainable peace. Abu Dhabi hosted 2 rounds of talks that both sides described as constructive but failed to reach any major breakthrough apart from a prisoner swap. Zelensky warned of looming Russian strikes on energy targets and that such strikes made it more difficult to reach an agreement.
Everyone is now awaiting the continuation of trilateral meetings. Our delegation is already in Geneva and preparing for negotiations. Russia cannot resist the temptation of the final days of winter cold and wants to strike Ukrainians painfully. The more evil comes from Russia, the harder it will be to reach any agreements with them. Partners must understand this.
Russia has demanded Ukraine cede the remaining 20% of Donetsk, plus control of 75% of Zaporizhia and its nuclear power plant. Kiev has rejected these conditions. Russia and Ukraine also remain far apart on issues such as the control of Zaporizhia nuclear power plant and the presence of Western troops in Ukraine after an agreement. Bureau Report, DD India.
Bangladesh's newly elected leader Tarique Rahman was sworn in as the new Prime Minister of the country on Tuesday after leading his party to a landmark victory in the crucial general elections. The swearing-in ceremony was held under open sky, in fact, at the South Plaza of the Jatiya Sangsad Bhavan, the National Parliament building, and this landmark ceremony follows the 13th parliamentary elections which were held on February 12, where the Bangladesh Nationalist Party secured a victory. The Lok Sabha Speaker, Om Birla, has represented India at the swearing-in ceremony of the Bangladesh Prime Minister, Tarique Rahman. And the Speaker's participation also underscores the deep and enduring friendship between India and Bangladesh, reaffirming India's steadfast commitment to the democratic values that bind the two countries. And Naval Singh Parmar joins us with more on this. Naval Singh Parmar, tell us what stood out at this ceremony.
Just 30 minutes back, Tarique Rahman, chairman of Bangladesh Nationalist Party, sworn in as a Prime Minister of Bangladesh, and then it was followed by the swearing of the 25 cabinet minister as well as 24 state minister, and in the 25 cabinet minister, 2 are the minority minister Nitai Roy Chaudhary and Dipen Deven, who is from the Chittagong Hill tribal area of Bangladesh, and there are list of 24 state minister. Portfolio allocation will be soon released by the cabinet division of Bangladesh government. Ceremony is over, I think, and our
Yes.
Lok Sabha Speaker represented the India in the ceremony, including he was accompanied by the Foreign Secretary Vikram Misri. As per
Yes.
the sources, Vikram Misri may held a meeting with the leader of opposition too in Dhaka. Meanwhile.
Yes.
So these are the updates. Yes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Parmar, for those updates, and we also have photographic evidence of what you were saying. So that's all that we have in this edition of DD India Live. Let's know your thoughts on the news of the day, and for those of you on the go, get the latest news and updates from across the world on the DD India mobile app. It's available on Android and iOS platforms. Scan the QR code and download it now. We'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. My name is Mark Lin. Thank you very much for watching DD India Live. Namaskar.